name is Marietta Mehanni, and this week's muscle conditioning tip and also pelvic floor safe tip is going to require me to use a Swiss ball, and my Swiss ball is 55 centimeters, and we're also going to use this tool called a Gymstick. So I'm going to show how to use this. This is quite clever and I really like it. It's been one of the major forms of resistance training tools that I've been using, and I really enjoy delivering this in my own workouts as well as for me personally, because this Gymstick can pull apart in the middle and I can use it when I'm traveling, so it will fit really nicely in my suitcase. Perfect. All right, so let's talk about the exercise we're going to do today. So this is going to require a bit of balance, and the stick is going to help us initially with getting this movement. So I've got the ball, I'm going to place it behind me. I'm going to place my foot on top of the ball. I've got the stick in front of me, and all I'm going to do is a single leg squat. Now, you get to choose the depth of movement that you want to go at. If you hold the ball pretty close to you, you won't drop down very low. Okay, so you only bend your knees just a little bit. You want to make sure that your knee is going over your toe or in the general direction of your foot. The next point is, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging and bend that knee a little bit more, take the ball a little bit further back, and that way, just putting it on my toe, I can now get down a little bit lower. The stick helps me and provides some balance for this activity, so that's nice. It's nice I've got that there. So I'm just going down and up and doing a single leg squat. Now, I can also add something else to this. I can drop down, push the ball back, come back in, and stand up. Drop down, push the ball back, come in, and stand up. So if you're a group fitness instructor, I would normally do 2 blocks, 2 lots of 32 of this exercise. You'd probably end up with between 8 repetitions of this. Down, roll back, in and out, and then I'd swap legs. So I wouldn't be staying on that one leg forever. Swap legs after doing the squats and then the roll away. Then, if people want to work a little bit harder, I get them to take the stick off the floor and basically hold it underneath their elbows. Now I've taken their point of support that's on the floor, and it makes it a little bit more challenging. So you can go back and revisit the single leg squat, which is lovely. I love this exercise because single leg squat without the ball being there, actually you've got to sort of keep that leg up off the floor. This just makes it less awkward, in my opinion. And then you can also do the single leg squat with the roll back in and up. So a little bit of an extra challenge because I'm not using the stick on the floor to support me. All right, so you may like to do 2 blocks of each on one leg and then do 2 blocks of each on the other leg. Then, here we add the Gymstick. So, you want to work a little harder. We're going to take the bands or the straps that are on either end of the Gymstick, so you end up with this stick, which by the way weighs less than half a kilo. So it's 400 grams, it's really light. It's in the bands, that's where the tension is. I'm going to sit down on the Swiss ball and place the bands around the arch of my feet. If you're interested in finding out more information about Gymstick, check out my website, mariettamehanni.com. Also on YouTube, I have loads of Gymstick exercises. So if you're thinking, I want to get this, I want to invest in it, come to my website, you can purchase it from there. Also, you can purchase it from eBay, and I'll be able to get this Gymstick out to you. Then there's tons of information on YouTube about different ways that you can use a Gymstick. It's very clever. It's a very versatile piece of equipment. So now I've got one band on each foot, and this is where it gets interesting. All right, so I'm going to place my foot up on top of the ball. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to turn the Gymstick, which effectively adds tension on the bands. That's another cool thing about the Gymstick. I don't need to think about weights and what weight do I need to lift. I can just adjust it by turning the stick, and that will change the resistance. Now I'm going to hold the stick so it's underneath my elbows. So in a similar position to what we had before, and performing the single leg squat. In this position, it doesn't add that much intensity to the activity, but it's when I go down and roll back and come back in that I'm now feeling something different, because I'm now stretching the band of the leg that's on the Swiss ball. Woof. So now I'm getting a quad workout on this leg as well as the standing leg. Yep, pretty clever. We like this tool. It's really versatile. It's inexpensive. You can pull it apart and travel with it. Awesome. All right, so that's option number one, if you've got the bands on your feet. Option number two is to add more arm work. So we can play around with this. We can actually hold a stick here at the shoulders, take some tension off, because I'm going to go down, and as my leg goes back, I'm pressing the gym stick up. So down, press, in, stand up. Down, press, in, stand up. Down. Now, why is it pelvic floor safe? Well, there isn't any load coming down through my shoulders. It's not going to create intra-abdominal pressure. Love it, okay? And it's intense enough to get a really good quality workout in the lower part of my body without feeling like I need to lift heavy squats. I can keep my feet close together. I'm balancing on one foot. It does depend on where you're at with your pelvic floor, so something to think about. Another exercise that you could do with the gym stick in a similar position is to add some tension, place your hands underneath. We do a bicep curl with it. Ah, so cool. So when I go down and do a bicep curl, I'm going to feel the tension. It's going to be different in each arm. So right now, it's my left arm, because it's my left leg that's on the ball, that's going to get more of a workout on this side than it will on the other side, which inevitably will also activate my torso muscles, yeah? My deep core muscles are going to also effectively switch on because I'm in a balanced position. Now, you can't do any of that effectively with just dumbbells and no Swiss ball, if you're doing a single leg squat. So this really builds in some versatility and variety in your exercise. So of course, you want to make sure that you're alternating legs and that you're not doing all of it on one side and then all of it on the other side, because you'll build too much fatigue and your technique will start to falter. Great piece of equipment, the gym stick. Using it for Swiss ball, just love it. And that's this week's muscle conditioning tip and pelvic floor safe tip.